Hey guys, so starting a brand new year for a lot of us probably gives us a feeling of starting over. And when it comes to dividend investing, starting over can consist of putting more money into positions you currently have, selling old positions, or maybe even investing into brand new positions. So this video, I'm gonna go over 4 different dividend stocks that I wanna invest more into or invest into. 2 of them being stocks that I currently have and 2 I've never invested into before. And since I always talk about being a small dividend investor, I'm also gonna mention how much money I would actually make in profits and in dividends, assuming I invested $30 a week into each position individually for the next 10 years, because those values along with other information give more of an idea of why I'm interested in these positions in the first place. First position I'm going to be more focused on in 2025 is Vici Properties. Now, Vici Properties is a real estate investment trust or a REIT that mostly has tenants in the casino and entertainment industry. The majority of their locations is along the Vegas Strip in Las Vegas. The majority of dividend REITs I've invested into have pretty impressive dividend yields, including Vici Properties, which currently has a 5.85% yield, meaning it currently pays shareholders $1.73 every year per share. On top of that, it currently has a 5-year dividend CAGR of 7.7%. It basically means in order for its dividend yield 5 years ago from this point to get to where it is now, it would have to grow at an average of 7.7% every single year up until this point. So that's not bad at all. But one thing that I recently learned that might make this REIT one of, if not my favorite REIT to invest into, especially this year, is learning that their tenants have what's called a triple net lease. So on top of the rent, tenants are also responsible for operating expenses of the property. That consists of real estate taxes, building insurance, maintenance, and other utilities. So knowing that and combining it with the fact that they have a weighted average lease term of 41 years from all their tenants gives more comfort in not only them having enough cash flow for dividend payouts to the point where they increase them, but also those payouts and increases hopefully last for a long time. Now, this is a fairly new position in the stock market, but over the past 5 years, they've had a share price growth of over 17%. However, the past year wasn't that great, showing that they lost about 9%. Despite that, I'm choosing to be really confident in this position in the long term. I already have invested maybe 7 shares in them so far. And on top of the hope that their tenants help them provide consistently payable and increasing dividends to their shareholders, that interest rates also start to drop over the next few years, which will help this REIT among all others. So with Vici Properties, let's create the scenario of me investing $30 a week into this position for the next 10 years. And by the way, I use trackerdividend.com and MarketBeat to calculate what my dividend and overall profit returns could be, because MarketBeat also gives you some additional information and lets you start from 0 shares, while Tracker Dividends makes you start with 1, but that's a side point. So assuming a 7.7 dividend growth rate and a 3.5% share price increase every single year, my 1 share of Vici would potentially grow to a little over $25,000 while also paying me $1,954 per year in dividends. And according to MarketBeat.com, I'd make $24,858.16 while somehow getting paid $2,231.13 every year in dividends. Also, my yield of cost at that point would be almost 13%, which would be a testament to the consistent dividend growth over time. The next stock I'm definitely looking forward to building a position with this year is Broadcom. So this company designs, develops, and supplies semiconductors, and they also take part in infrastructure software. One thing that's really cool about Broadcom is them being users of what's called ASICs, which stands for Application Specific Integrated Chips. They're basically chips meant to support AI and machine learning, but they're specifically made for specific tasks rather than a general chip made to do pretty much anything. So with that, they've been taking part in the AI boom with contracts with Alphabet and Meta and even Apple, which is pretty cool. All that news is a testament of the share price growth history, especially last year, where they grew over 112%. And in the past 5 years, they grew over 630%. And in the past 10 years, 2,120.19%, so a lot of growth. The dividend yield is a bit on the lower end. It is currently at 1%, so they pay $2.36 a year, but they do have a 5-year dividend CAGR of 14.14%, and they've been consistently paying and increasing their dividends for the past 14 years. And if you look back as far as their dividend CAGR goes, they have a 10-year dividend growth rate of 33%, and this all includes them increasing their dividend payout by 11.3% to 59 cents per share as of December 14th of last year. Now, same scenario, if I invested $30 a week into Broadcom, and assuming a 14% annual dividend increase and about a 20% annual share price increase, which by the way is only a fifth of what they had last year, I just wanted to drop it a bit, our portfolio would grow to a little over $43,000 while paying me $264 per year in dividends. And according to MarketBeat, my portfolio would grow to a little over $41,000 while paying me $253 per year in dividends and my yield cost will be at 1.52%, which compared to 1% isn't too bad. This is a position I'm really interested in building this year, especially with their growth potential and their uniqueness with probably the juggernaut of AI companies out there with NVIDIA, especially with them developing ASICs and the NVIDIA, as far as I know, not really being in that. So with all that, this is definitely something I'm looking forward to building and hopefully investing into for the long term. So the third company I'm definitely looking forward to investing into for 2025 is Waste Management. Now, Waste Management is a leader in commercial and residential waste management services in North America, which is already a green flag for me because that just means super essential company because we're always going to have waste and we're always going to have recyclables. So they're going to be around for a very long time. Plus, I really like how they're using energy facilities to convert waste into renewable energy that can be used in different applications. So that's always great. On top of that, they do a lot of expansion with their company, which is cool, including their recent merger that they announced with Stericycle. And Stericycle is a US-based medical waste and secure information destruction services company that was founded 30 years ago. But this is going to help Waste Management expand their environmental solutions so they can achieve their sustainability goals. Over the past year, their share price has grown over 14%, the past 5 years over 75%, and in the past 10 years over 284%. And when it comes to their dividend history, they do have a dividend yield of only 1.49%, meaning they pay their shareholders $3 per year per share. But they have a pretty nice 5-year dividend CAGR of 7.91%, and they've been consistently paying and increasing their dividend payouts to their shareholders for the past 21 years, so not bad. So again, $30 a week into Waste Management, assuming an 8% dividend yield increase into this position, my portfolio will grow to about $32,400 in 10 years while paying me $266 per year dividends by the 10th year. And according to MarketBeat, I'm looking at about $31,000 and then $274.30 per year in dividends after 10 years. On top of that, a yield cost of 1.71% compared to its current 1.49% dividend yield. The fact that it's super essential is the biggest reason why I was immediately interested in potentially building a position with this company on top of its share price history and its dividend payout history. I also think this is going to be a good one for the long term. The final position I want to focus on, I've said is probably my favorite investment so far, including last year, is Williams-Sonoma. Williams-Sonoma has home and kitchen based stores including Pottery Barn, West Elm, Rejuvenation, and Williams-Sonoma Home, and they mostly sell more upscale items. On top of that, one thing I recently learned when I was doing some additional research for this video is how they're really trying to get into the e-commerce industry. When it comes to furniture and other kitchenware and stuff like that, that's actually something pretty cool. It kind of reminds me of what Wayfair is doing, and we've bought a lot of furniture from Wayfair, and it's never really been an issue so far. When it comes to Williams-Sonoma, they're currently ranked 22nd in e-commerce retailers in the US behind really major competition like Amazon, Walmart, and Apple. Again, this is a company that I currently invest into. I might have almost a little over 2 shares, but the biggest reasons are the share price growth history and the dividend payout history, why I started to invest into them to begin with. Last year, their share price has grown almost 96%. The past 5 years, you're looking at almost 430%. And in the past 10 years, it's grown over 415%. Now, again, their dividend growth, just like a few of the other positions, isn't super high. They pay 1.4% dividend yield, but their 5-year dividend compound annual growth rate is 18%. That might be the highest of any dividend paying position that I currently have, which is great. Now, assuming an 18% annual dividend growth rate and a 45% annual share price growth, which is half of what they did last year or a little under half, if I invested $30 a week into Williams-Sonoma for the next 10 years, I would be looking at a little under $150,000 in profits and $221 per year in dividends. And according to MarketBeat, I'm looking at a little over $141,000 in profits and $253.10 per year in dividends, with a yield cost of 1.51% versus the initial of 1.4%. So again, not too bad. So hopefully Williams-Sonoma, along with the other 3 positions that I talked about, helped me build a portfolio that yet again may sacrifice a little bit of my overall portfolio's yield, but will also benefit me in the long term by consistently increasing its dividend payouts to me. But more importantly, right now, at a fairly young age that I am right now, I'm recognizing more or realizing more overall long-term unrealized profits, which is going to be really beneficial in the long term, maybe stuff I can use for the time being. So hopefully that's something I see a lot of in the year 2025. But last year wasn't too bad either. And I actually made this video where I talk about how December went. overall when it comes to dividend investing and how all of 2024 went. I'm really proud of myself. Hopefully you guys had a great 2024 as well when it comes to investing. You have a better 2025. But hopefully you get some time to watch this video. I appreciate you guys for watching this video. And until next time, as always, take care.